back to Delightfully Dysfunctional Therapist Reacts. I'm Kaylani, and today I am reacting to NF Intro 3. Ooh, it's been a long journey, the NF journey, and we are getting closer, I sense, because this is a real song of like the dichotomy of two different parts, and you can really hear that come out as he describes them, and the fear and also the hope. So I really hope that you enjoy this reaction and tune into some of our others if you haven't yet, or to the Delightfully Dysfunctional podcast with James and I, where we try to bring some levity to deep issues that affect all of us as humans, and with a bit of passion and some fun. So thank you once again for tuning in, for helping to get us to 10,000 subscribers. We are so excited and grateful. This is something we want to continue pouring energy and time into. So please continue to like, subscribe, and share. It would really mean the world. And I hope that you enjoy.
What, are you scared of me? It's embarrassing. If it wasn't for me, you would've never wrote therapy. I've been here for you, but how come you're never there for me? It's a little bit twisted, but I miss when you and I had scary dreams. I don't really want to talk about it. Well, it's too bad now, Nate. Shut up. Now, where were we? Oh, back in the day when you and I had it all mapped out in the basement, crying in your room like a baby. I wish Mom was here, we all do, so we wouldn't have to hear about it every single record. You don't really want to change me? Yeah, I'm the one that made this happen. Do you really want to get rid of your main attraction? Let's pack our bags and go back to Gladwin now.
Oh, okay. This is really cool and very interesting. I love like the softness of his voice in the beginning, and just like the melody in the background. I think the part of himself he's talking to is the part that is angry, and we'll see if that comes up, but they're like the part that's in pain, the part that's angry. And it's really interesting because, you know, thinking back to the NF journey in the previous song that we listened to, it was a lot of questioning. Do I always have to be suffering to create, to be an artist? And this feels like we're just tapping right back into that conversation and kind of the internal dialogue back and forth that might be going on. So let's keep listening.
Happen. Do you really want to get rid of your main attraction? Let's pack our bags and go back to Gladwin now. Yeah, it's time for the third record, and you know I got the content. I don't want to make you nervous, but it ain't like it used to be. We got a lot of people watching. You told me that you don't want me in your life. That's pretty hard to digest. And I told you I'll leave when we die. And we ain't died yet. Therapy session was beautiful, Nate, but I'm wondering what's coming next. Yeah, get that stupid head off of your head when I'm talking to you. You hear what I said? You don't like the prison I built you? Yeah, you want to know what the funny thing is? You keep on talking to me like a stranger, but we've been together since you were a kid. Yeah.
Wow, these lyrics. You don't like the prison I built you? Yeah, you know what the funny thing is? You keep talking to me like a stranger, but we've been together since you were a kid. Yeah, like the prison is our trauma. It's the walls that we build. You know, thinking back to the song Mansion, it's making me want to rewatch it too and listen to it. The protection, the safety, the hypervigilance, the anger, the aggression. It feels like there's a real conversation with that part of the suffering, and what that sounds like when I work with clients oftentimes, because we can easily have, and I do a lot of IFS with my work with clients, which I've talked about in previous videos, internal family systems, but it's acknowledging some of our different parts, like Inside Out, which I'm about to go see Inside Out too. But there's a good example that we have different parts. And if I were to speak to, let's say we're calling this anger, and I'm going with the Inside Out simplicity for the sake of this conversation, but it might be like actually saying thank you, like thank you for being there when I needed you and protecting me. I don't need you to take center stage anymore. I need you to trust that I've got this. But you can still sit in the audience and watch. It's good for you to be here. I want you to be here. Thank you. But it's not, there's an acknowledgement and an understanding for why that part had to be there, instead of, no, I'm moving on, go away, I don't need that, or not acknowledging it. Because there was a part of him that needed that to protect him when things were really hard, when things were painful. And we want to be able to acknowledge that with some compassion. Otherwise, there can be a very tricky, like, internal dialogue and like criticism, or just not acknowledging and suppressing that that's there. That's me kind of going off on my like therapist tangent, and I hope it made sense. But let's keep giving this a listen. I don't want to pause too much for you guys.
You keep on talking to me like a stranger, but we've been together since you were a kid. Yeah, took it from a no name, told you everything was okay. Now you trying to cut me out of it like I ain't never been a part of it. I ain't the heart of it, I made this whole thing. Yeah, put us on the dope stage. You must have no brain. What's the point of having guns if you can't aim? What's the point of having blood with no veins? What's the point of having love with no pain? What I'm saying is me without you doesn't make any sense. I know I'm intense and controlling, but you need to learn how to cope with it. That's just the way that it is. If you didn't want me to live in your house, you shouldn't have let me move in. It's comfortable here and I like it. I got my own room and everything. It don't get better than this. Say you wanna own your life, then wake up and take your own advice. You're just mad cause you know I'm right. Yeah, I'm flattered you put me in mansion, but you should've told him right. Put your hands on the coldest nights. You didn't tell him about the times you and I used to hold the mic. I mean, what are you out of your mind? Guess both of us will be. Come on, let's go outside. Is this what you wanted? Both of us out in the open, let's do it then. I mean, why are you doing this? I know that you're mad, but I'm not in the mood for this. We got a wicked to drop. So why you acting like I'm not a part of it? Hey, where's my shovel at? Probably out back where it always is. You can't get rid of all of me. I'm the reason why. Shut up, I don't wanna hear another sentence. Hey, I'm in that. Is it me or the fear talking? What a dumb question. Yes, real music to the day we die, right? Yeah, ain't that the slogan, Nathan? Thought I told you to keep your mouth shut. I mean, so what? You know I never listen. Let me guess. We gon' dig a hole, kill a track, and probably put a beat in it. Rap about it for like 3 minutes. Hey, that's pretty deep, isn't it? Wait a minute, you don't really think for a second that you're putting me in this? No, of course not. Just a little deeper, then we'll go inside and we can stop digging. Whew. You got me scared for a second. I thought we were digging my grave. We did. What, you don't like being afraid? It's a dose of your own medicine. What, you don't like how it tastes? My therapist told me don't bury my issues, but I'm gonna be honest, man, I'm feeling great. I think it's only...
That line is really good. My therapist told me don't bury my issues, but I'll be honest, man, I'm feeling great. Yeah, this is really interesting. I mean, this is a very protective part that, and when we come from trauma, there's always this hypervigilance of, will it all be taken away? Is it, is this going to last? And this fear, like he mentioned, he named it as fear. There's so many people who do find such great success in whatever areas of their life and aren't able to really live freely because they still have this fear gripping them. And to me, this is the internal battle that NF is going through as he's writing this song is, here I've accomplished so much, and yet I want this next phase to feel like I can be happy. Can I be content? Can I be happy? Can I live with more freedom in my heart? And it does take intention to learn how to sit with our feelings and not want to just bury them. It's uncomfortable sometimes sitting with our feelings and acknowledging that each one is a visitor meant to teach us something. It's an indicator of sometimes things that need to change or something we need to sit with. And being in stillness with our own thoughts and our emotions is oftentimes feels very threatening. And that's some of what I'm picking up on in this song as I listen to. Okay.
Don't bury my issues, but I'm gonna be honest, man, I'm feeling great. I think it's only right we go back to where you were created. I wrote a song for Johnny without you, but he ain't gonna like it. Let's see how he takes it. He probably don't even remember us, does he? I wish I was burying anger, but both of us know I'ma need him for that song. He still lives in the basement. Almost done, should've done this a year ago. I don't know why I waited, you know how I get. I put everything off in my personal life. You hear what I'm saying? That was a joke. Yeah, it's hilarious, ain't it? You'll spend the rest of your life in my backyard or back of my mind. Depends how you see it. Put the shovel away. Time to go back in the house now. You'll be out in a week. Telling me you want your room back. That's funny, but you ain't got nowhere to sleep. I'ma just look out the window and laugh at you. This is crazy to me, cause I thought you had me in prison this whole time. But I'm the one holding the keys.
Wow, there is so much to unpack here, and it makes so much more sense if you have heard me talk a little bit more about IFS and different parts or parts work. But it's coming up just so clearly here. And the line that really stood out to me is just the last line, because I thought you had me in prison this whole time, but I'm the one holding the keys. And we're often holding the keys to our own healing and don't know how to access it, or maybe haven't even acknowledged that they're in our hand. And so I think that line is really interesting, and it makes me want to ask the question to all of you: are you holding your keys? Like, do you see that there is a part of you that does have control of your healing? And this song is also, I think fear is saying, no, like hope is too scary. And that fear and hope are actually the ways that I kind of feel that I'm defining these parts that we're going back and forth in the song. And the idea of like really being hopeful for inner peace and like just not feeling that storm inside. And fear will step in, and that's another trauma response, like the anxiety of it all. And I'm gonna take those keys away. I'm gonna bury you, hope, because that's too much. You're dreaming too big. You need me along for the ride to dampen things. And I think that fear can be a really good teacher, but it shouldn't have its hands on the steering wheel. I'm excited. I hope that. I know, because we kind of started the NF journey backwards, as we were told, and we're doing it the right way now. But just getting to that moment of really reconnecting all of those parts and acknowledging like it's all one and the same, that's a really beautiful and powerful place to be in one's healing. And so NF, through his music, is just giving us the journey of his healing. And I want it to spark a reminder for you of your own resilience as a delightful human, to do the same in whatever small way, to sit with your feelings, write them out, start acknowledging them, don't numb them, don't distract yourself away, sit with it for a moment, talk to someone who can hold that space for you, and begin your path for really finding what you need to unlock who you really are and not be hiding in fear. So thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Therapist Reacts for Delightfully Dysfunctional. It would mean the world for you to like, subscribe, and share. And I just want to share that I am opening up my coaching, and I am accepting some new clients in the next month. So if you are interested in online coaching with me and some psychedelic integration work, please click the link or go to coachkaylani.com, and I will be in touch. And so looking forward to joining you on your journey towards healing. And we'll see you in the next one.